However, this woman had a relationship with him during the 2020 or something like that. And she was trying to please him and wasn't able to, satisfy him. And she went back and forth with him, basically had a toxic relationship. But this was supposed to be from 2020 to most recently last year before he got locked up, right? So the way that it was kind of described, and from what I was kind of reading off of Twitter, it seemed like they were describing Young Miami. And I was like, dang, is this Young Miami? And I'm all like, no, it's not Young Miami. Maybe it's not Young Miami. Hold on. And then I was all like, could it be Gina? But here's the thing. It's not Gina, because in the defense opening statement, they mentioned that Cassie was jealous of Gina as well too, right? Because he was dating Gina and Cassie at the same time. So they mentioned Gina by name. Now, they would not have mentioned Jane Doe by name if it was Gina. But Gina has some similarities in her story. Remember Tasha K had interviewed Gina? I want to go ahead and play a little bit for you guys. Because, again, I don't know if Gina is going to testify or not. But according to this, she is not Jane Doe. But also, too, do you guys still respect Gina if she doesn't end up testifying in this Diddy case? Because she knows so much. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. Shout out to Tasha K. Fair you.
And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I wanted to. I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
was
wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me,
whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was abusive. He was like always belittling me, and always like he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident, of course, with Cassie, where reporters are saying that the police were called because they got into an altercation. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah. And at one point, like I was breaking out really bad with acne, and he would be like, he said this a few times to me. He was like, baby, why don't you go see a doctor or something? I don't date women with bumps on their face.
Oh.
Yeah, he would say that to me.
You know what the funny part is? That sounds like Diddy. I'm pretty sure we all can imagine it in his voice. What's up, Sarah? We can imagine him saying that in his voice. Yeah, I believe her. I don't think she's lying about any of this. Now, what's tricky is that now she doesn't want to speak and she's being quiet all of a sudden. But she did this interview. Now, granted, after this interview, she ended up getting back with Diddy. So did she do all this so she could then, make him mad and then finally they would get back together? I don't know. But this interview was very revealing.
Take a drink. Relax.
Oh, she seems so nervous too, you guys.
I can tell this is bringing up a lot.
Mm.
We have some tissues. Thank you, Jasmine. Okay. So of course that is very, humiliating.
No,
especially
I don't think
when you love
J-Lo.
someone and they tell you.
I'm gonna say this about J-Lo. I do think, there could be some stuff that went on at the time Jennifer Lopez was dating Diddy. What I honestly feel like is she dated Diddy for an image and a look. He was the hottest thing going on in hip hop. She wanted to be associated with that to build up her stock, and it worked for her. It was a good look for her at a certain time period. It was a good look for her. Because now that I think about it, after Diddy, she never went back to black. I know that's weird, y'all, but she never went back to black. She was done. And you know what they say, once you go black, you never go back. She never went back. Because it was all for a look and to build up her stock, and it worked.
That you're not good enough for them.
Mm-hmm. He would like call me names like he would call me a hoe every single day.
A hoe?
Yeah.
Why would he call you? Not that he had a reason, but like in his mind, what do you think prompted him to call you a hoe?
Now that I think about it, I think.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're getting to use some tissue. Oh, I don't want you messing up your makeup. Okay, you look gorgeous. Okay.
Thinking back now, I think he did it because he wanted me to feel low about myself, like so that I stick around him because like no one would I don't know. I just feel like he'd try to
I get that a lot of the women that he messes with have like insecurities. I think he picks up on that. He knows how to get them. I will say that. Now that was Gina. Another name that has been thrown out there was 50 Cent baby mama Daphne Joy. I don't necessarily think her, because of if 50 did find out that she was doing X, Y, and Z and was like a real sex worker and all that, I feel that 50 Cent would have flipped his. Yeah, I don't think that would have went down with 50 like that. So, but I will say this. There's another name that people aren't mentioning. Remember, we had reported on this story a while ago. There was this girl named Jade Ramey, and she was a part of this one reality show called House of Heat. And it was like famous OnlyFans TikTokers that were doing that was on this reality show. And there's this guy, I think his name was Buffa. Let me just pull up the video right here and we'll go ahead and watch it together, you guys. Hold on. I had covered this. And it's interesting because I'm all like, oh, this could be the Jane Doe. Because remember, this girl was listed in the Little Rod lawsuit.
Information on Diddy and Kevin Hart's involvement. I know this because I was on a TV show with a girl who was actively dating Diddy at the time. There I am. A quick Google search will tell you who she is.
So you're telling me that Diddy and Kevin Hart dated the same girl? On top of that, this is the girl that they're featured in the Freak Off video with? Oh, we got to talk about this. Vinny Buffett was featured on this show called House of Heat on Tubi, which also featured another cast member by the name of Jade Ramey. For those of you who don't know who she is, she's an Instagram model, but she has been linked to Diddy. And the thing is, she was also mentioned in that lawsuit with Little Rod. He had said her name. And if you look on Instagram, Diddy is following her and Little Rod is following her as well. But Vinny also explains what happened with Diddy when they found out she was dating him. And mind you, this was after the Cassie lawsuit. So her castmates didn't like that. Diddy tried to shut down production. And also Kevin Hart tried to shut down production too. But Then he found out she was dating Diddy and Kevin Hart at the same time. This is the link. Mind you, Kevin Hart is a married man, but we know he's a cheater. So let's go ahead and check out Vinny's video from TikTok.
This girl was paparazzi'd with Diddy back in 2022, 2023. Obviously, the cast was concerned about her because the Cassie lawsuit just dropped before filming. Now, the first week of filming just had to be Valentine's Day. Now, Diddy's girl got a very expensive bouquet of flowers delivered on Valentine's Day, but she refused to tell anybody who it was from. It's a reality show, so obviously drama went down. Diddy's girl decided to leave the house for a week. So my girl and I decided to break into her room to redecorate it for show purposes. Just playing along with the drama of the show, we were shocked by what we found.
Bro, there's no way. Bro. Oh my God, from Puff.
The flowers were from Diddy. Love, Puff. This sent my girlfriend into a spiral. As a woman, she was terrified that Diddy had our address. She let the girl know how she felt and put the card back where she found it. The girl told Diddy what happened, and then Diddy threatened production. So the Diddy girl started screaming at my girlfriend, saying that Diddy was going to sue her because of what she wrote on the note. Worried that we were all going to discuss this sick shit that he was doing on our TV show.
And by the way, I don't know when the show was filmed, but the show did come out in 2024. I just want to let y'all know that the show came out 2024. So this was after the whole Cassie situation.
The fact that he wanted to silence a girl that he doesn't even know for writing on a note is absolutely insane. Production then pulled every cast member aside and instructed us to no longer have any Diddy conversation for the duration of the show. Diddy threatened to bankrupt our TV show and my girlfriend. We thought it ended there, right? But then Diddy's girl got mentioned in a lawsuit that came out publicly. When this went down, Diddy's girl happened to be in a fight with another castmate. Now that castmate just happened to be dating J-Lo's ex-boyfriend Casper. Diddy's girl was scared that the other castmate was going to use this Diddy stuff against her during their fight. So she decided to make a call to guess who? Kevin Hart. Now, at the time, none of us knew it was actually Kevin Hart until later on. So Kevin Hart called Casper and threatened him to make sure he gets his girl in check on the show. Now, Casper's girlfriend told all of us that Diddy's girl was also sleeping with Kevin Hart, who happens to be married with children and best friends with Diddy. Kevin Hart clearly made the call to Casper to ensure that Diddy's girl stayed quiet about the affair that him and her were having because, once again, he's married. Kind of weird that Diddy and Kevin Hart are both sleeping with the same girl and threatening our TV show, isn't it? No.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop it there because it's more about Kevin Hart towards the end. But yeah. So Jade Ramey, that one, I was all like, okay, people didn't really know about that. Now, the paparazzi did catch them kissing. As you guys can see, I posted a picture on there on that video. They did catch them kissing. However, that would count as a relationship that nobody really knew about because it wasn't confirmed. And again, like I said, she was mentioned in the Little Rod lawsuit as being a sex worker. Now, what the interesting part about that is it technically was, she came out and made a statement and said, yes, she did date Diddy, but no, she's not a sex worker. That's basically what she said in short. So it wasn't like this long explanation of like this situation she didn't go into detail about. It was just confirming that she did date Diddy and that she's not a sex worker. That's basically what it was. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys her profile real quick. Here we go. Jade Ramey. Beautiful girl. Now, she's supposed to be an Instagram model. You'll see a lot of body. That's what she's known for. And she kind of got that exotic We Are the World look where you don't know, is she black one day? Is she Hispanic? Is she Asian? You don't know what she is. She has that look that Diddy like. At least the look that he likes in women. So my thought process on who the Jane Doe is, I was thinking her. That's who I was thinking. I was all like, oh, this is probably the Jane Doe right here. What's up, man? Don't worry, man. We haven't got to your part yet. Don't be mad because Jag had security. She had a micro. Let's talk about it real quick for a minute. So Jag, I gotta give her credit. She did her big one. She was on